Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I did a build video. This one is requested by a viewer. It's a Minion Master Reaper build for open world fun. It's a niche build, but it isn't as awesome as Guild Wars 1 Minion Master. Look at this. Doesn't mean it's weak though. I used to run this build with Power Reaper, but minions don't really do that much damage, but they can be useful in other ways and using some certain traits. Also, promise me you won't be AFK farming with this one, or I'll come reap your soul. This build is for lonely people out there. Why have friends when you can have minions, am I right? So aside from having fun with spamming endless minions that would tank for you and take away your conditions and also buff your toughness, this build is great for solo and stuff, same as a lot of my other builds, but much easier since your minions will tank the damage for you and distract whatever enemy you're facing. But make sure not to take this build into raids or hardcore group content. This is an open world build for you to be comfortable doing things like doing group events or killing some champions or farming mobs in the maps. Before I go on the build, if you're a Guild Wars 2 player or an MMORPG player in general, consider subscribing to the channel. I do guides and gameplay videos and even giveaways for the games I play. I'm close to 2,500 subs, and I want to thank all my wonderful community for all the support and comments. And yeah, I do read all the comments and most of them inspire me to go on content creation when I feel down. So really thank you. This isn't related to the video, but one of my most loyal followers came across the channel that is about Guild Wars 2 lore, and it tells the forgotten stories of Tyria in a fun and cinematic way.
Hello travelers. I'm LOREKEEN, your traveler's guide to Tyria.
I've traveled far to bring Raven his tribute.
He sees how far you've traveled, and he sees how far you have to go.
Standing head and shoulders above most other races, the Norn are indomitable 9-foot-tall shapeshifting warriors. For my non-American explorers, that's 2.74 meters tall, or 21 bananas.
I hope you go and follow them if you're into that. Now back to the Minion Master build. The gear is Celestial, as always. I use Celestial gear in most of my builds, cause they're very suitable for open world and for new players in general. As for the runes, I used the rune of the Trapper. They're good in general. They provide condition duration and condition damage. You can get them from crafting. The trinkets are full Celestial too, and I used Relic of the Fractal. It's also a good general relic for condition builds, which we're gonna be focusing here in this build. So as for weapons, I'm gonna be using 2 swords. So when swords first got released, I was really excited for them. They were nice to play, really cool looking, and they were fun. They had some utilities that I wanted in a class, like the healing and like the movement ability. It's really fun, like moving from one place to another. It suits this build because it have chill, it have fear, and it have chill too. By the way, if you're wondering about the sword skins, they're from the Halloween event. They're the demon haunted sword. You need to buy the basic version of this sword, and then you buy this version, which lowers so much. They look so cool. So in the swords, I put Superior Sigils of Earth and Superior Sigil of Geomancy for bleeding damage. And as for our other weapons, I went with the Scepter. I put the Superior Sigil of Bursting for condition damage. And with Torch, and I put Sigil of Strength for more Might Generation, because Torch have Might Generation in it anyway. Also it has some nice CC. And corrupts the enemy's boons. And hey, don't let me choose whatever weapon you want to use. It's a Minion Master Reaper build. It's flexible. Choose whatever weapon makes sense in this build, because I have 2 routes for you for this build, and I'll show you which one are these. The first route is the chill route. We're gonna use the Curses trait line with the Death Magic trait line. To summarize how this build works, this trait, Chill, deals damage over time, and this trait, the Curses, Blind in a target will also apply Chill. So Chill and Blind and Fear, all of them gonna translate to bleed stacks. This is why our build will be focusing more about condition damage, which gonna give us some healing because of this trait. Lingering Curse gonna give us more condition damage, 200, and it's gonna make the conditions from our scepter less more. As for Death Magic trait line, it's gonna give us these stacks called Carapace. You see this thing surrounding my character, that's a Carapace stack. Using this trait, we're gonna have more stacks of the Carapace. It gives our Reaper more toughness. This trait buffs our minions damage and also makes our minions take conditions from us. Death Nova, whenever our minions die, they summon a Jagged Horror. That's gonna explode and leave out a poison circle. I wanted to add something about Death Nova. The minions from Rise are considered minions too, so they work with it. So we don't have to kill our other minions to make this work, okay? As for Reaper, I go 2-2-2. Chill and Victory for more might generation, and Chill and Nova for the chill. That's gonna translate to bleeding. For skills, I go with the Shadow Fiend, because his skill gives blindness and chill. The Bone Fiend, summon Blood Fiend, and sometimes I switch to Your Soul is Mine for more healing. Rise can summon more minions, the more enemies around you. And the thing about Rise, it's one of the most underrated skills in the game. Not a lot of people know that the enemies that the minions from Rise are attacking, you have 33% damage reduction from those enemies. And the Flesh Golem to tank for us. And for the CC. Now enough talking and let's kill some stuff. By the way, the food I used for this build, and plates of kimchi pancakes for increased bleeding duration and condition damage. The best enemies to fight with this build is the enemies that apply conditions on you, since your minion's gonna eat them. Well, I tried to solo this, but a lot of people came. It's not morning, but it doesn't matter. I'll consider the other players as my own minions. By the way, always apply your Fear from Infusing Terror, and apply your Blind, because it's gonna give us bleed stacks. And also the best combo while you're in Shroud and you're in Chill Reaper is this combo. You put the Executioner Scythe and then use your 4th Soul Fire. That's gonna give us Chill Bolt, which gonna give us a lot of bleeding. And revive your minions, even the players. Look at all the sword stuff flying around. Looks so fun. Look at me with my army of minions. This is the circle I talked about, by the way. It gives some damage and some fast combo field. We can try our luck here. I mean, not having people help us. By the way, whenever you're in Reaper Shroud, always use your Infusing Terror shield. It gives you a 66% damage reduction. Just so you know. This champion has some mean burst attack after he stuns you. And that's the only way you can survive that. So, what am I forgetting? So, for the second route, we get rid of the curses, the straight line. We go to Blood Magic, Lesser Signet of Vampirism, Vampiric Presence, and Blood Bank. We also switch Flesh of the Master for future defense. And I'm gonna switch my Scepter and Torch for my beloved Greatsword, Twilight. Sigil of Strength and Sigil of Blood. Also, we're gonna need to switch one minion. I'll switch the Blood Fiend for Bone Minions for some explosion damage. For the food, we don't use the pancakes anymore, but I'm gonna still be using tuning crystals. I switched to Omniberry pies because I like life stealing. Choose whatever food you want. If you're not familiar with this straight line, it's basically gonna give us life steal, and also gonna give our minions life steal. and gonna turn our excess healing into barrier. That's it. Also, we switch to Patrick defense because we're gonna be dealing more poison damage, and we switch to the bone minions because they explode and deal a lot of damage, and also activate our Death Nova more often. Let's see it in action. You can see we're applying poison damage with our crowd. And we're getting a lot of barrier. Revive your minions when they die. And that's it. Choose whatever build makes sense to you or more fun to you. They both work. They're both open world builds. You're not being pushed to go meta. It's your own show. You're the one who's gonna have fun with it. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this build. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye bye.